what is the importance of software testing? Let's start from that. Why is it important?
Because we want to deliver quality product to customer. Customer should be satisfied. He should be happy, and he should be agree and try to reconnect with us for the other products too. So that will be also beneficial for the company. So main point is the quality product should be delivered to the customer for their satisfaction.
Absolutely, yeah. So quality is the key
right.
Basically you can say key thing in any, whether it's software or anything, right? I mean, like we buy anything, we look for quality, right? It doesn't matter if things are a little bit, pricey or cheap. As far as the quality is good, as an end user, we are happy. So that's the whole purpose of software testing as well. There can be other, quality is the first and foremost thing. You can add few more things like to ensure that it meets the customer requirements as well, right? But your answer is absolutely spot on. Quality, and quality, when we say quality, it includes everything by default, right? I mean, quality includes that it is fit for use. Quality includes that it meets the customer requirement. So absolutely spot on. Great. How are equivalence partitioning and boundary value analysis related?
And agile?
Normal? Generally, normal. Yeah, normal.
Yeah. So these are the testing techniques where basically we focus on input domain. When if there is a text field or a text field that has a title of age, so between age and you can apply age for the 18 to 30. So for the boundary value analysis, what the tester will do, the check only 6 parameters that will cover all the scenarios, all the possible combinations. So for the 18 to 30, the combination of the input will be the first on the boundary, 18 and 30, that this is valid. And again, 18 plus 1 is minimum 1 plus 1, you can say. So 19 he'll check. Then that is also valid. Again, he will go for the 30 minus 1, maximum minus 1. So 29 he will check. So it is again valid. These are the valid scenarios. For the invalid scenarios, there will be 2 parameters, minimum minus 1 and maximum plus 1. So on the 17, he will check. If it is not giving the giving error message, then it is totally fine. And the same thing, he will check with the 31. So on boundary value analysis, mostly we are focusing on the range of the inputs. Yeah. But in the equivalence class partition, we are mainly focusing on the value of the inputs. So for the equivalence class partition, if I'll take the same example, so what the tester will do, or what I will do, or what we will do is, like, we'll create 3 classes, 2 for invalid and 1 is for valid. So in that, the range will be 18 to 30 is the valid range, and less than 18, or you can say equal to 17, is invalid, and the same less than or less than, greater than or equal to 30 is for invalid.
Right.
So that's it.
Yeah. So greater than 30, right? Greater than 30, because 30 was in the valid range, right? So 18 to 30. Yeah. Great. So I think, yeah, I don't need to add anything, because you have taken the example of the input field, and you can basically, you have taken an example, you have explained all the conditions that are possible in the boundary value analysis and equivalence class partition. So absolutely correct. And this, just to add that how important this test design technique is, that it doesn't matter where you are working or which product you are working, which domain you are working. This is, whether you know it or you don't know it, by default you use these techniques to design your test cases. So it's better you know and you have the clear understanding, right? So absolutely fantastic that you know that where you have to use. So say, for example, I'll give you an example of a e-commerce website where you have these offers going on. So I know that what sort of test cases you will come through, right? So this is what usually interviewers look for in the candidates. So if I'm an e-commerce business and I'm hiring you as a tester, and if you know that this is how you design the test cases, so I know I'm hiring the right candidate who will be able to analyze the requirements accordingly and test the offer related module that my e-commerce business has, right? So absolutely great answer. Okay, why do we need the defect management process? What's the importance of it?
For the defect management process, we are ensuring that defect on which state is it, how long it is going to fix, and if their developer are accepting it this or not. It is a real time scenario issues, it is a environmental issues, or it is a coding issue. So this all the scenarios, if we connect with the defect, so we can trace it through the defect report. And in defect report there is also requirement ID is there, so we can relate all the things from which test case, which requirement the defect is connected comes, and how can we close this thing, how can we retest this thing, all the things. So,
right, yeah. So overall you are saying like the process, overall the process helps us to manage the life cycle of defects properly and see we are tracking things properly, right? I mean, it's not haphazard, it's not just we don't know which defect related to which and which state it is at the moment, right? So yeah, so that's correct. So the importance of the process, it's not just defect management process, it's basically the testing, right? So the life cycle or the process becomes important because it gives you it gives the team a clear indication what they need to follow in order to deliver a project from start to finish, right? So for a project, you have this project management, right? Project management or project overall process. Then defect, how you will manage the defects. So defect management process. So it has the life cycle basically to manage the overall things. Great. Which defect management tools have you worked on or basically are aware of? And then the next thing is, what benefits do you think you get from the defect management tools?
So Jira is there. Jira is a agile tool that is for help that provides all the facilities like test management, defect management, project management. All the things are there. Or for the specific tool, I can say Bugzilla or Zypher is there. I'm not quite friendly with them. So I just overview. I'm having overview of this. That's it.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, I think that's great. So like Jira has built-in defect management within it, right? You can, but Jira is ideally like Jira is basically the agile project management tool, but then you have the defect management within it, and you can also have test case management. So basically test management, which is Zephyr, right? So you have mentioned that you are not too aware of it, but I have posted a complete series on Jira and Zephyr. If you want to learn, please go and learn, because it's just like 10 videos and you will know everything about Zephyr, how to do test management. But your understanding about the defect management tools is absolutely correct. The next thing I would like to know is what are the benefits that these defect management tool will bring?
I will say again, same thing. The last question I said, we can follow in a proper manner, in a process, we can assign the specific bug to the specific developer to whom we are assigning, and we can know which one is found, which tester found, and on which date it is going to submit it to the tester, to the developer, or how long time it takes to complete all the basic things to related the actually performance of the tester and the developer, so we can calculate with this tool.
Absolutely, yeah. So I think, it was similar sort of, what you mentioned, but that's the benefit, right? I mean, whatever defect management process we talked about, that's what the defect management tool provides you, right? It has the embedded process within it that you can customize, of course. But yes, all the benefits that you mentioned previously, whether it's the process, that is what is available in the tool. Great. Okay.